Hello everyone, and welcome to the Week 27 edition of Instant Replay, where I give you my take on the most controversial calls of the weekend. I'm Simon Bohr. We start with Friday's matches. First to Rio Tinto Stadium, and arguably the turning point of the match between Real Salt Lake and Portland Timbers. In first half stoppage time, Ben Szymanski goes in with the studs-up tackle on RSL's Ned Grabavoy, and he raises his leg even higher as he goes into the tackle. There was no reason for that. That's endangering the safety of his opponent. Great call by referee Baldomero Toledo to issue the straight red card. Could there have been a second red card for a Timbers player in this one? 4 minutes after the break, Andrew Jean-Baptiste and Alvaro Saborio battle for a ball, and it looks like the Portland defender kicks out at Saborio after the foul was already whistled by Toledo. Although we don't have a replay, listen for the whistle here and note the kick from Jean-Baptiste.
Could have been either. Saborio was just taken down.
Last one from Rio Tinto. It's the 80th minute, and assistant referee CJ Morganti makes a difficult offside call, but it's a great one. Saborio is in fact slightly ahead of the final defender on this pass by Javi Morales. On to BMO Field, and the equalizer by Toronto FC just before halftime. Should a foul have been called before Andrew Wiedemann found the back of the net? Stephen Caldwell clearly extends his arm to block an attempted clearance by the Revolution's Chris Tierney. Tough for referee Fotis Bazakos to see in traffic, but for me, that should have been a free kick for the Revs. Bazakos did well to see the infraction by Caldwell late in the game on a goal that was rightly called back. Before heading home, the Scottish defender clearly pulls down Jose Gonçalves. That's a great call. The Revolution had 2 shots for penalty kicks in this one, but I think Bazakos made the right decision to look away on both counts. It's the 24th minute, and Donnell Henry stays within the limits of the shoulder-to-shoulder challenge when he wins this ball in the box from Juan Agudelo. Then in the 83rd minute, Dimitri Mbongo goes down in the box, but I don't see anything irregular from Richard Eckersley on that play. Moving to Saturday action, and the penalty that was not called in the 8th minute at Red Bull Arena. Dejan Jakovic misses the ball and absolutely crushes Tim Cahill's right ankle. But referee Juan Guzman does not whistle the foul. Luckily for the Red Bulls, Lloyd Sam would score a beauty just moments later. Guzman gets it right in the second half when he whistled the penalty kick foul on New York's Ibrahim Sekagya in the 71st minute. The Red Bulls defender does everything he possibly can to impede Dwayne De Rosario from getting to this ball. Dero gets a shot off, but that does not negate the foul by Sekagya. Good call by Guzman and a bad shot by Dero on the spot kick. Another penalty was awarded in LA's 3-0 win over San Jose. Jossie Zardes has his left foot clipped by a sliding Steven Beitashour, and referee Kevin Stott has to call it. Robbie Keane does the rest. Also in this game, LA defender AJ De La Garza took exception to this 80th minute clash with Steven Lenhart, saying, quote, he clearly went out of his way to do that, calling Lenhart, quote, a repeat offender. De La Garza is wrong about that play. He's the one running against traffic. You've got to expect contact there. Lenhart is continuing his natural running motion. For me, there's nothing for that play at all. Now to Kansas City, where I think Sporting's first goal by Benny Feilhaber should never have happened. Just moments before Feilhaber's strike, look at how KC forward Dom Dwyer goes in on Hendry Thomas with his leg up high and his studs showing. That's a foul, but it was not called. Now, referee Silvio Petrescu may not have gotten a good look at this since he was behind the play, but that was an ugly, ugly tackle. It's actually similar to the Szymanski foul on Grabavoy in Salt Lake. That one was punished with a red card, and this wasn't even whistled, which is why I think disciplinary committee action against Dwyer is a distinct possibility. Another nasty tackle came in the Chicago-Houston match, where Oscar Boniek Garcia just nails Chicago's Patrick Nyarko's right leg with a late and very dangerous challenge. I would have ejected Boniek Garcia, but referee Drew Fisher does not issue a card on the play. But that was not even the most controversial play from this game. Chris Roll's tackle on Eric Brunner knocked the Houston defender out of the game, but I think yellow was the right call here. I don't think it's violent or excessive force. It's a reckless tackle by Rolf with an unfortunate result. This challenge by Vancouver designated player Kenny Miller did cross the line in my opinion, and I would have punished it with a red card. Down 2-0 at home to Chivas USA in the 29th minute, Miller loses this ball to Edgar Ochoa Mejia, but he leaves a mark in the process with this stomp. Now, the broadcast replays start at the point of contact, which I think endangers the safety of his opponent, but referee David Gantar does not issue a card here. Gantar had an interesting situation to deal with in the second half when Chivas goalkeeper Dan Kennedy handles the ball outside the box. I think this should have been a free kick outside the box and a yellow for Kennedy, but instead Camilo gets called for a foul that frankly does not exist. to Columbus, where referee Ismael Elfat made the right decision to send off Leo Gonzalez in the 7th minute for denial of a goal-scoring opportunity. Yes, Ryan Finley could probably have stayed on his feet after the tug by Gonzalez, but that does not mean a foul was not committed. Good call by Elfat. And we end in Philadelphia, where Sebastian Letou complained about an elbow to the face in the 6th minute. But if there's any elbow by Hasun Kamara, it's only after both players fell to the ground. And it should be noted that this still image shows Letou was pulling down Kamara on top of him on that play. The game finished scoreless at PPL Park, and one reason why was this offside flag on Marco Di Vaio in the 61st minute. But it's a great call by assistant referee Kevin Klinger. Di Vaio is clearly ahead of the last defender. And lastly, we often hear fans complain about simulation by forwards. But what about when a defender is at fault? In the 49th minute, Jack McInerney and Kamara are battling for a ball in the box, and at one point, McInerney grabs Kamara's jersey, but Kamara keeps running until he decides to dive, earning himself a free kick and saving himself from what could have been an embarrassing situation. We'll see if the disciplinary committee decides to step in on this one. That's all we have for this week. For editor John Benton, I'm Simon Borg. See you next time.